better, have better opportunities than we did, maximize themselves better because now they have mentors and guidance and people that can challenge them to do better. That's all, really. So tonight, we're going to focus on 5 steps to career decision. And one of the reasons we kind of selected that was because I thought about it and I said, every week, myself and my group, we come up with what are the topics that may make the most sense for us as a community, and what are the things we see as opportunities out there that we can leverage in the long term and make us much more seasoned professionals within the confine of the world, really. Because if we represent North America, really, it's the world. So I'm challenging our thinking, even as we in diaspora, and some of our folks calling from Nigeria to Africa, Kenya, anywhere you're calling from, or Ethiopia, is to whom much is given, much is expected. So we should be strategic partners to our brothers in the continent. And we're not doing anything new. This is something the Asians have done so well. I love my Asian brothers, my Caucasian brothers. They're looking out for the interest of their community. In the long haul, it's interest of all of us collectively as good citizens of the world. So the least we can do is collectively as a community. My own vision is mostly geared towards African community, right? Through technology platform. So we can, at the minimum, empower ourselves through capacity building via technology. And that's the least we can do as a community, right? So, and I'll share a little bit about myself, a long-time mentor coach. I have a vision to have 300 Africans in leadership. And you'll be wondering why it's important we strive for leadership. Gone are the days we can just rely on we being very good at what we do. A lot of us are very excellent at what we do. We are probably the best in the world at what we do, which is fantastic. The challenge is collectively, we need to challenge ourselves to also collectively have influence and impact. The way that can happen is simple. It has to be by design. It's not an accident or a coincidence. Today, somebody shared with me on WhatsApp the profile of top CEOs that are Indians. If you don't mind me, let me quickly check my phone and I'll read those to you. I saw it and I was, I kind of, it's a great thing. I admire it, but I want the same thing for my community, right? So I have nothing against my Indian brothers, do their thing. I started my career with their platform, so I get it. But I want that for my own people too, really. That's my own vision. CEO of Google, CEO of Microsoft, CEO of Adobe. Have we heard of Twitter? And India is the CEO. MasterCard, and India is the CEO. Pepsi, IBM, Albertson, Micron, NetApp, Nokia, Palo Alto, Novartis, Arista, and they kind of wish themselves happy independent. So that is fantastic. I'm happy, right? I love it, but I want the same thing for the African community. That's my goal and vision. So I hope we ride the wave together because really that should be our desire too. We're going to challenge each other. And the least we can do is I will provide some insight from my experience in leadership in the US here. Currently, I also serve as a delivery head for North America for a Fortune 5 consulting firm, right? One of the big 5. And the least I can do is to provide some experience from my expertise to our community, right? That's the least. And, let's have fun doing it together. And I want to learn from you all too. As we continue some housekeeping, typically there's a reaction button under here somewhere. If you want to, give somebody a round of applause, very soon we do presentation, you can feel free. Can we all try it together? Can we all do like a thumbs up real quick? Find it somewhere under and just put a thumbs up. Let's do that real quick. Quick thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. We're going to be quick and fun. Excellent, guys. You all are awesome. Easy crowd, easy crowd. Excellent. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Introduction. Now, one of the things I love about this series is this will give us some exposure to kind of think through a few things. Most people, all of us at some point, I can make it, I can say it confidently. At some point, we question our career decision, and that's okay. All right. Sometimes you might be in leadership or you might be in a role and you feel this is your career. We only have one life. We can work for maybe, 25 years or 30 years, and you start questioning yourself. A lot of people that I mentor, they were probably in the medical line, they were in a field that is different, and suddenly they want to, challenge themselves and say, we want to do something different, right? Sorry, can you give me 1 second, please? Give me 1 second, 1 second, please. Oh, sorry, and I was speaking my head off. I was on mute, sorry. So I said, thank you, Yemi. Thanks for calling out. So a lot of us at some point in our career, we always question, even after many years, we think and say, are we in the right path? Life is too short. Most of us are probably 30s, some of us in our 40s, some of us in 50s in some cases. The question is, whatever I'm doing, am I on the right path? Can I continue this way? Is it sustainable? Life is too short. I feel time is not going, I'm going. I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm 60. So what's the next step? That's a question we ask ourselves. You know, 75% of Americans have changed careers at least once. 33% are currently thinking about it. And guess what? COVID opened the pipeline. All of us are thinking of changing. For myself, my leadership and I today we're talking. And guess what? My own direct manager, right? She and I were brainstorming and chatting. And I was saying, hey, the challenge in the world today for most people in the technology space is attrition. We are losing a lot of our best hands because people are offering them crazy money. And honestly, she and I chuckled and said, you know what? Even we are flight risk. Because think about it, ladies and gentlemen, if somebody offers you and I double the salary you're making, in some cases, some of my folks that left got pay raise of 60%, 40%. How can you can't match it, right? You just say, you know what, if things don't work out there, hopefully you come back to us, right? That's all you can do because the pay difference is crazy right now. So everybody would have to make some of those decisions at some point in our life. And it's okay. If you're on my call tonight and you're thinking and guessing and saying, give it a shot, don't second guess it. You only have one shot. It's only one life. Don't feel bad about it. Take a chance on yourself. The good thing is that you have a current skill set. Don't be afraid to take a chance. That's all I'll say there. All right. We'll keep the rest fast. How to know what the right career path is. The honest truth is that there's no silver bullet. There's no easy way around it. A lot of people do things like personality tests. I think some of them are very good. Some of them might be a little bit overly a stretch, but the principles around it are very, very good, I think. I put some free sample tools out there you can use to test yourself. But let me give you some cheat sheets from my own experience. For example, for those of us in IT, there are some areas in IT I can classify and say you're doing things like programming, that includes all of this coding. You're getting into the world of probably cloud computing. You're getting into the world of product development, or you're getting into the world of maybe cybersecurity. You're getting into the world of IT audit or security. Or you might tell me you're into the world of business analysis. Whatever your world is, a cheat sheet I'll tell you is simple. If you are the type that likes attention to details, you're very, very focused in attention to details, then there are some things I know that you might strive better at. If you are the type that you are very strategic in thinking. You are not very operational. You are more broad-minded, thinking wide most of the time. If that is you, then in my head, I'm thinking, maybe this person, he or she might like something like product development, building solutions, long-term strategy kind of work. If you are the type that likes attention to details, you're looking at things very detailed, very in total, then I might say, well, maybe your world will be in terms of performing assessment, getting into details of audit, maybe. If you are the type that likes to get your hands busy, you're logical in your thinking, you might start thinking of maybe I love to get into programming. Now, for some of us, if you are too old, of course, you don't want to get into programming most times because you feel it's going to require more time, more work to learn and all that. There's no age to learning anything, I get it. But sometimes some of those skills are things easier for younger folks to pick up because they would have started at a younger age. Their logic thinking is much more quicker than ours. So for my younger folks, I would say, oh yeah, sure, go for programming. Oh yeah, I want to be a coder, Java, .NET, Python, whatever script you want to learn, go for it. But for older people, I think, again, this is not a formal assessment. I'm just saying, somebody said I'm too old for programming. I'm just saying generally some rule of thumb I've seen from my experience. Now, leverage. A lot of people tell me I'm old. They might not. This is America, right? Honestly, nobody will discriminate on age. As a matter of fact, there are some roles that age gracefully because if you are in assessment kind of role, you age gracefully. If you're a business analyst, you age gracefully. If you're a project manager, program manager, you age gracefully because the older you are, people feel, you have more wisdom, right? Which is true at times, so it's okay. You age gracefully. So don't feel bad about it. But there are some roles I'll tell you typically with age, it might not be a flair for you. For example, if you're in your 50s and you say you want to go into consulting and the kind of consulting you're finding yourself in is probably going to be something that is a little bit on the eye side, like you're doing programming, you're doing implementation. Then I think that might be a stretch for you because in those kind of role, it's the stamina is required. You need to travel in some cases. So those are the things I would say, generally speaking. It's generic. It doesn't mean it's right, but those are cheat sheets typically I have used in the past. All right, let's go to the next one. Make a list of options. What does that mean? Many times I would say you take your time, look at the options out there. Example, somebody tells me, okay, I want to make a change to my career. The question is, what interests you? What are the options you're thinking about? We think about it together. We brainstorm about it together. We come up with 2, 3 solutions and areas we can streamline your expertise to. And I look at your life experience. Every life experience, I challenge you tonight, everybody. Every one of your life experience counts. Let me tell you the best of it. If you're on this call tonight, and you're an entrepreneur, you've done a business for yourself, and don't worry, guys, it's not about doing it whether it didn't work. Let me tell you, anyone on this call that has been an entrepreneur, hi, it's amazing that life. Because think about it. A lot of us, no disrespect, if I'm taking paycheck to paycheck, that's excellent. But think about this. Can we think about this for a second? Imagine somebody that is not getting something in their account every 2 weeks. Think about it. If you don't figure out what to get, in 2 weeks, nothing will come to your account. That is a scary, crazy feeling. The day you think about that, you start respecting entrepreneurs. Boy, it's one thing, let's face it, most of us, even when you do 8 hours job, except if you're a nurse, that you're always on your toes, it's not like they expect you to be working 8 hours on the dot. It varies most times. Some days you might not have a lot of work you're doing, right? So imagine somebody that's an entrepreneur. If you don't work, there's nothing coming in. Nothing, nada. Thank you, Nelson. We got guts. It's crazy. So I respect entrepreneurs. So if you're an entrepreneur, in my mind, you can function in many areas, honestly, because I know in my head, I'm thinking, wow, Because as an entrepreneur, you're the one doing your taxes, doing your accounting, you're the one doing your bookkeeping, you're following up with your vendors, you're doing everything, right? So because of that already, I know you have a life skill that a regular person would probably have to learn. But you, as an entrepreneur, you've developed it aggressively because of survival. Okay. So I'm saying all this, make your options. Your options, another thing I'll tell you, I'm challenging you. Money is great. We all like to make money. It's important for our family to scale, address, and do your thing. I get it. But for a start, it's always smart, in my opinion. Find something that you feel you can, from a skill point of view. Start with skill. Just try and figure out, let me learn it first. Because the truth is, anything any one of us is good at, it's almost impossible not to be successful. And money comes with that. People will know your competency. Okay. So don't make the money, and I get it. I'm not trying to say, oh, I want my guys, I want everybody on this call to make $20 million a year. Amen. Excellent. I want that. Just make sure you remember me too, so I have access to your phone call. And it's possible. But my only challenge is, think about adding value first. Provide value. Let your mind be value driven, and then money can come later. Value first, then money would naturally come. So your mind should be value focused, value driven. Then anything we do, let's strive to put excellence in it, because it will show. Okay. So make a list of options. And these are some pointers I've used in terms of mentoring and helping a lot of my community also. We look at options. I would never, even though personally, my day's job, I love cyber, I love technology. I do that a lot. If you come to me and talk to me about your life goals, career, and all that, I'll never tell you to start with cyber, never, because I know all of us cannot be in cyber, right? I want our folks to be diverse in other areas and be successful. So I'll be neutral and say, okay, I'm out of the picture. What do you like? What have you done in the past? We brainstorm, we think about it together, and then I'll tell you the options out there. There are many good options. A lot of you on this call, probably somebody will tell me, this is a common one. Again, don't take it personal. A lot of us will say, I'm a Scrum Master, I've done Scrum Master certification, blah, blah, blah. That's a popular one I've seen recently. The challenge with that is, let's face it, it's an easy one to pass. No big deal. We go take the exam from Scrum Alliance, we pass it, boom, excellent, we're proud of you. But we have to take it a step further. It's not enough. Most times we need to have an additional skill to make it worthwhile. All right. And I know that because I used to be a Scrum Master, I was a product manager too, many years back. So, all right, let's look at how to know what the right career is. How to know what is the right career. Honestly, there's no silver bullet in it. At some point, I get it. Sometimes it's survival. We just want to survive. Sometimes we have to take care of family. And I'm proud of us when we do that. A lot of us do that. We do that because it's the right thing to do. I mean, we work so hard. We put our best, so one thing over time is, after you stabilize, you can start thinking now and say, what exactly would make me feel a sense of purpose? Even if money was, sometimes it's okay to walk away with $40,000 more to give you the joy and fulfillment of your goal. I know it might sound crazy, but there are some level of stress that 40,000 less would make you feel more fulfilled. I used to be in the world of implementation myself some years back, right? And a couple of projects, my salute to my SAP folks, you guys are awesome. A couple of projects can make you go crazy because you have to be constantly performing at the high level without any pause. So your life is, if you take a 2-day vacation off, immediately it will show, because you come back and you're overwhelmed because there's so much to catch up on, right? So your quality of life typically will just tank. And I'm not saying all the times, but it's just the reality, right? Now, there are some times you get to another role. Sometimes you even make more money than the role you left, or even less, but you have that calm joy of executing and doing the work itself. So everybody will make those decisions along the line. There are times and phases, some of us is going to be money. When people come to me and say, okay, and this even as far as last week, oh, I can have two offers. What are the criteria? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. I would want to know what's your current priority. If you tell me, man, I have kids, they are going to college this year, and at the moment I need to push blah, blah, blah. You tell me all those situations, I'll say, okay, then probably we chase money now, right? We chase for that period. Now, I don't want you to chase it too long because if you do, especially for those of us on this call, if you are doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs, a lot of us are doing that right now. Excellent. We're proud of you. Awesome. Make all the money. However, know when to stop. It's okay. There are times you need to just back away to get your quality of life back up. Do it for project. That's my recommendation. I'll tell you. Do multiple gig for a project focused. You want to buy an investment, real estate, or whatever. Make sure it's not for gambling. Put that fund towards a project. Then after the 6 months, 7 months, you can now take a break. And remember IRS, please make sure you are putting enough for taxes, because after your 2, 3 jobs too, you realize you owe 100K. So be careful. But just want to throw that out there. Make sure you optimize your career opportunity right now. Take a risk, take the chance. We only have one life, my people. Take the chance. Sometimes you need to walk away from some role, and it's life. Just take the chance. It might be life transforming. All right, the next one, take action. Action, action, action. A big one, and that's why everybody on this call, can we type together with action takers real quick? Can we do that real quick? We are action takers. Let's go, everybody. Let's do that real quick. We're action takers. Yep, let's go, everybody, real quick. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go. We are action takers. Yep, yep, yep. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. Now, the reason I wanted us to type that, and honestly, let's do one more thing. Can we just give ourselves icon, celebration icon? Let's just do that real quick. I just did that for myself. Let's put that icon of celebration, everybody. I think we should celebrate ourselves. And I mean it really, guys, ladies. If you spend your 1 hour on a weekday that you should be sleeping, chilling, and you just want to chill and listen to a class, a platform like this is networking. This is what it's all about, really. We network, we connect. This is, and very soon in the next 5 minutes, we do like a breakout session. We just talk and everybody will share their life experience. And one thing I like is when we do stuff like this, just take away one thing. You don't have to take 2 things out of this program. If it's one thing you learn, I feel fulfilled, really. That's amazing, because I know if you learn one thing every week for 52 weeks in a year, you've learned 52 things. That is amazing. Some people won't think the length can change their life. So if you learn 52 new things in a year, bingo, I can sleep well, because I genuinely am selfish about this. I'm selfish towards Africans being in leadership in this country. I don't want us to just be good. I don't want to hear that nonsense, in my opinion. Oh, these guys, oh, they are so smart, they are so good. That's rubbish. It's you and your family, which is great for you alone. But collectively, it's time for us to be very focused and say, we want our people as a community to make impact politically, economically, very important, structure-wise. Educationally, yeah, we're good. I don't want people to be telling you you're smart. No, I want to have impact. I want to have influence. Very important. And let me tell you how important it is. A lot of us here can start a staffing business tomorrow if we have 300 of our guys in leadership. Immediately, you start the staffing business. And all we do is we meet in our amala joint, in the birthday party of our child or fufu joint, and we talk about it and say, do you have resource? You tell me, yes, you need resources. All right, provide us the resource. And that's what our Indian brothers and sisters are doing. It's an open secret, nothing hidden here. All the major staffing agency for information technology, including outsourcing, is done by Asians. I have nothing against them. I love them. They're my brothers. But I want the same thing for my community, as simple as that. So that's my sentiment, And I think it's important. It has to be that by design, But if we don't have our folks on the table to make decisions, we are wasting our time. You will just be one individual, brilliant, successful case. I want our folks to hire our folks, to mentor our folks, eventually take our folks opportunities to the continent. We become strategic partners. That's the way we can make an impact and not just, talking. All right, let's go to the next one. Mentorship. I love this. This is my life mission. For people that have known me, I've done this all my life, even as a kid. Very important. Mentorship to me is everything. As simple as that, really. If you don't understand the power of mentor, with COVID and with the fact it's harder to get seasoned mentors to really commit to you, to be honest, I have some mentors that they're amazing human beings, but anytime I want to reach out to them for some information or knowledge, sometimes I book like a month ahead. I respect their time. Don't waste your mentor's time, people. If you have a mentor, whoever the person is in your life, it's not the time to socialize and call them and be saying nonsense, to be honest. Don't socialize. I mean, let them initiate the socialization. Don't be the one to, hey, oh, what's up, how far? No, don't do that, because if not, you will lose that time with them. They have a lot of things going on, most people in leadership especially. And if they commit a time to you, just maximize it. Don't even, beside quick social greetings, let them drive that part. Come with your questions prepared and get straight to the point. If you have pain point issues you're dealing with, immediately bring it up with them and address it. Don't lose, because what will happen is a lot of times the mentors are like you and I, right? Then please always pay for your mentor's food. If you take a mentor out for dinner or lunch or dinner, whatever, they can afford it, right? But it's just the policy. It's a tricky thing at times. We think people that are, if I take Bill Gates out for dinner, I want to pay his dinner so badly. Oh boy, I would love to pay his dinner, his family dinner for that night. Put it, if it's a 20,000 dinner fee, I'll put it on my card. Okay, Bill Gates, eat whatever it takes. So do that. Very important. Not because they care or they need the money, but you strike a memory. You become memorable to them, and they would love to hang out and give you more information to be successful. I'll tell you a story, personal story. One of the largest capital fund for Africans in the world, the founder of this fund, I was privileged to meet him, and he came around to town to the US. So we had a common friend, my brother, and he kind of linked us up. So I met him, we talked. Now, to his surprise, my question was one thing. I asked him, of course, I was respectful of his time. I said, hey, how can I help you? I love your vision. How can I be of help to your vision? I mean, because everybody else that would have come to him is always about, oh, yeah, I bring investment, tell me about this capital project I'm working on. What do you think about it? What do you, and genuinely, my angle was, I see him as a person that has so much portfolio, so much going on. And I just want to be part of helping him achieve his goal. That was all. I think maybe for a long time, maybe nobody ever asked him that kind of question. Maybe, I don't know. But I saw him kind of puzzled because he was shocked. I didn't come for, oh, I have a project, which is what everybody else came for, right? It's a large crowd that came to see this guy. I didn't ask him for projects. I didn't ask him for initiative. No, I just said, hey, how can I help your dream come true? What are the things I have a platform I can help. I can, how can we make you successful? So it kind of ruffled him. Oh, okay. As a matter of fact, he told me that, did you Google me? Oh, I said, yeah, I did. So I guess he was trying to say, are you sure? I said, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I did. I Googled you. But guess what happened? Within a short 5 minutes conversation, immediately he asked me to be part of his team and start interviewing people that are looking for funding for their project. there and then. So because I mean, my angle was very value driven. I wanted to be of value. That's all. Not so always find ways to add value. Can we type it together? Find ways to add value. Find it so crazy. To add value. Type it capital letter. Find ways to add value. Can we type it real quick, everybody? Let's do that. Find ways to add value. Everybody, let's do that real quick. Always find it. Believe it or not, there's always something you can add value to somebody. Find it. It could be at your workplace. Let me tell you another thing, another secret. Guys, I hope you get one of these secrets. I hope so. At your work today, going forward, I want everybody on this call, when I say find ways to add value, start thinking and say to yourself, how can I provide a training for my larger group on something I know better? Whatever it is, just the way I give back to the community every Tuesday, most Tuesdays if I'm available. Do the same thing and find your team and say, you know what can I, maybe you are good at a particular area, do a small two-page PowerPoint and say, guys, I think this will be useful to us as a team. Can I do a presentation real quick? The presentation might be 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and that's it. You taught somebody or your group one or two things. Immediately, it changes the game. I'm playing a mental game with you guys. You know why? It's hard to fire your teacher. Have you heard somebody fire their teacher? When you are mentoring and you're in a position of, because inherently all of us, we know how much as kids, teachers are authority figure, right? So automatically it resonates with us. So always think of ways you can add value to your team. It's an easy way. Every time I've risen to, within any structure in the state, and there's nothing I've ever done, I'm not in leadership. It's not possible. Except I don't touch it. If I touch it, then it's not, because leadership is all about service, period. Nothing else. I don't know how else to summarize it. It's service. It means you're serving. So if you see yourself as a servant to your team, servant to your family, a union, and that means you would, all the teachers in the world, anyone you've seen leaders in the world, one thing you will see in common is always service. I can guarantee you. They're serving, they're doing something. You have to serve. It means you have to find ways, sometimes go out of your way to serve. Sometimes somebody texted me, maybe she's on this call, I love you, you're awesome. She said to me today, she said, hey, Akin, you have a class today, you have a class tomorrow. Man, your wife, are you sure you should go spend time with your family and your wife? And I smiled. I said, don't worry, my wife is fine. She understands. Nelson can tell. I have an amazing wife. She understands. And she knows if I don't do it, I'll probably lose my mind anyway. So she'll say, just go do your thing. I'm out after 1 hour. But the point I'm making is sometimes you have to find ways to genuinely serve your community, whatever level, that's leadership, period. I don't care what level you find yourself. If you do that after a month, you will not notice. 2 months, 6 months, in a year, I bet you event will shift and you start separating from the pack. And the funny thing, the most weird thing, let me tell you guys, ladies, is you would not notice it, but people notice. That's the weird thing I've seen. It's weird. You think you're doing it normal, you're just doing your normal life, you're helping, doing service, right? People freaking notice. Let me tell you a story, another war story. Some years back, I moved to a different world. I went to clinical research. In 3 years, I became a manager. And by the fourth year, I was the director. In less than 4 years, different world. Anyone on this call? I left IT, got into clinical research. Crazy. 2 of my study was approved by the FDA. Amazing life change. Guess what? I went to one of my conference, my company's end of the year conference thing. And to my surprise, large company, mid-size, they said, oh, employer of the year for the company. There's no way on earth I could tie that to my name. It's not possible because in my head, what does that mean? It means nothing. But guess what happened? So typical, one of the events we do something we call SIV, site initiation visit then, and a colleague of mine, older lady in healthcare, she needed to travel to do one of our SIVs, which is very important to the company, to start up a study. And she asked me over the weekend. I said, "Oh, no worries, come over." So she came to my house over the weekend. I have an office in my house. Spent hours to go through this whole thing with her. Innocently, no angle, nothing. That was it. Unknown to me, she took the word to all my leadership, including the CEO of the company. And I never knew. I just did it innocently. But she specifically took the word. So people were just blown away that, wow, this guy took his time, left his family time to support his team, to help them successful, blah, blah. So I'm saying all this to say sometimes you might think it's normal, but people notice. So keep serving. All right, let's go to the final one. Mentorship, we talked about it. Just keep supporting, be a great mentor. We do a quick breakout session. What I want us to do is, I would like us to just discuss about mentorship. Um, then you can describe or discuss as a team also steps to making career decisions and how do you evaluate and prioritize career decision. Just let's talk as a team together, okay? So we'll do a breakout session for 10 minutes, then we'll come back. Just tell everybody what has worked for you as a person, as an individual in the past, historically, what has worked for you. A lot of us have fantastic story. Share those war stories. I'll pop into each one of those groups a couple of times. So let's have fun doing it, okay? It'll be fun. All right, I'm gonna get us into the break room. Then just assign somebody after 10 minutes to just talk about whatever you guys decide as a group. Just identify some things that have worked in terms of building a career or mentorship or career assessment for yourself when you change the career. Just general brainstorming session. All right, let me break out real quick and let's have fun doing it. See you guys soon.
I'm going into this field because I believe that this is going to be claiming the it's going to be claiming the IT for the future. So it's good to be diverse in IT, and that's the reason I'm into this program.
Thank you very much. Can you pass it on someone else randomly? You want to pick any name you see, just put out in the chat.
Name is there. Mr. Joshua or Oyi?
Sure, I can go next. I'm not sure how many minutes we have in the break room, but I've been in IT for 14 years now.
Oh.
And I started off as a SAP consultant to CyberArk right now, which is in the cyber security sphere. I guess that's it. That's it.
Okay. Hi, Oin. That's awesome. Can you pass it to someone else, please?
A4, you can go.
A4 already went.
Oh, Villard?
Villard, kindly take the floor, please. Thank you.
Hey, okay, I'm Villard. I was in the oil field. I was working with Chevron for 4 years. Then I left Chevron. I went to IT. Been in IT now for going to 5 years now. I'm working with Dell right now. I'm a Linux and DevOps engineer in Dell. But I came to do GRC right now because, well, there's a lot of work in Linux. Things get break every time. Like today, we're working around 4 was my closing time, and the production went down. I have to stay there for 2 hours troubleshooting. So I just kind of getting tired of all the troubleshooting. So I spoke with a friend. He said he was doing cybersecurity, and he said try cybersecurity, kind of like monitoring all the time. So that's why I'm trying to switch. Tired of staying late night to 2 a.m. troubleshooting all that thing. So I'm trying to switch to cybersecurity. Yeah.
Awesome, Villard. Can you pass to someone else that I haven't spoken before? Just pick a random name, Villard.
Effort.
Hayford already went. Can you pick
Mr.
another name?
can go.
Yamin, okay.
Yeah, if you haven't gone, we can just.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Yamin, please.
Hey, can I pass an information here? Sorry for coming
Go
back.
ahead.
I heard somebody talk about service now. So for people, it's just an information. So there's something called new apprenticeship. So you can go in for new apprenticeship. If you apply, they'll train you. You'll go through Infosys. They'll train you for service now. And they will be paying you $19 an hour while they're training you. And then you'll be working a live project. So I don't want to do service now, so I'm just telling whosoever.
How long?
I'm shy. So how do you describe that, please? I'll coin in a word. That the encouragement part.
I guess I'll probably say a mentor should be somebody who's encouraging, right? I'll probably use that instead of giving a token. It should be somebody who can motivate you and encourage you.
So incentiveness, I mean, that won't work.
I don't know, because I've never been in that position, right? Because I mean, I think the mentee should be willing to learn either way, right? I've never seen an instance where they get an incentive for doing that.
So is this about the mentee or the mentor? Because if it's going to be mentee, we can add willingness to learn.
I think it's I guess it could go both ways, right? Because I mean, I think at the end of it, it's partnership, right? What you look out for when you select a mentor.
Okay, what I would like to add there is somebody being open-minded. Yeah, so it would be a quality I would look for.
Right person that we've been looking for all this time, you know. So that ability just to be able to harness that opportunity whenever it presents itself. It could be in the middle of a conversation and you just say, oh, you work in this field as well. Oh, can you help me out in this area? And that seals the deal for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We are paying the price. We are paying the price of, you know, spending time or being on the phone or being chatting with our friends and being here chatting about our career and how to grow. But some people are not ready. That's one thing that I found out, that people want to be who you are, who people want to take the big gig, get the big gigs, but they are not ready to learn. And yeah, I just wanted to add that to it. So we can keep, you know, inspiring ourselves and grow ourselves as we develop. Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot. All right, anybody else?
Sorry, can I say something, please?
Yes, please.
All right, so, okay, I think we have 57 seconds. Okay, so with reference to one of the images he had online, the speaker had online concerning mentoring, I want to ask, I don't know if it's a question I can ask or jump into the group, like, what's the next situation you are in so desperate to have a career change and there's no mentor for you? How do you go about doing that? There's no mentor and you're like, okay, I want to do this. And how do you transition from not having a mentor giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points, training, motivation, advice, success, direction, and stuff like that? How do you navigate through that process?
Okay, quickly, 2 things I can add there is, one, you go online, do a lot of research online. That's one. Then secondly, start talking to people. Somebody must know somewhere that knows somewhere that knows somewhere that knows somewhere that knows somebody, and that's how you get a mentor.
All right, thank you.
I think you can also go to
3,
search
2,
online
1.
for that.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. We have 4 minutes for each group. If we have anyone that wants to speak, just raise your hands and we just unmute you. And I stopped in for, you know, a touch point from everyone. I like the last group that I spoke with. Everybody was amazing. But I know you guys were talking. Somebody brought a question that was very big. Nelson's group said, what about if you can't find a mentor, you don't know what to say? Nelson said, do your research, go online. Amazing, I agree with him. Then talk to people. There's always the opportunity. You have somebody that knows somebody, you know, that would eventually link you up to the right mentorship. Another thing you should think about, sometimes books are huge ways you can also tap into the mindset of people. You read a lot of books, podcasts, YouTube. Sometimes also you might need to pay. I have a friend of mine for 1 hour session with his mentor. He pays him, I think, $20,000 for 1 hour. And the mentor's connection with this guy has made him a millionaire in, like, is worth minimum of $20 million. So if I'm giving someone 20,000 to speak with them for 1 hour and their advice and recommendation has opened doors for me, then it's good buck and value for your money. All right, let me quickly release Oyin. Go ahead, please. Oyinka, sis, I've unmuted you. I think, yeah, let's start with Oyin. Let me see who else raised their hands. Kitty.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, thank you so much for doing this stuff. It's always very insightful. We didn't really, I don't think, sorry to the people in my group, I don't think we really got into mentorship.
No,
at
it could be
all.
any topic that struck you guys' mind.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say if anyone needs pointers or encouragement, they can always reach out. I'll put my email there. I think it's really easy for once you have someone that is in the field for a very long time, it's really easy for them to tell you do not focus on multiple things, because that's what I took out from my group. Do not focus on multiple things in IT because you're going to be really confused, and that would lead to failure. Stick to one thing and do a lot of stuff, do research and study on that one program that you want to do. Once that's done, we can move on to something else.
Thank you so much, Oyin. And Oyin, she's one of our troopers here, you know. She's an amazing, diverse person. She's a sponge. She learns crazy. So she will be a fantastic mentor. And one of the things we are hoping to do, build a platform where we have mentorship, we can connect each other. As we might start with Facebook group and all that, but we can have a lot of opportunity to mentor each other, reach out to mentors in that platform. One thing before I put David, I think David raised his hand. We have 2 more minutes. Please, can we all like our YouTube page? I just posted it to the group. It helps us to keep you guys updated. You'll see the information we shared. Please, can we just, once you click on the YouTube page and you like it, give me a thumbs up, please. All right, David, over to you. Please go ahead. I think David is the only one we have.
All right, good evening, everyone. I don't have much to say. I just want to commend you for what you're doing, you know, and this is very much needed for our community and for as many people that are hungry and are thirsty to have a mentor like I am. So this is actually for me tonight, you know, and I just want to commend you for what you're doing. And to piggyback on what Owen just said, if there's anyone also who is in need, I'm in the cybersecurity, you know, I do cyber risk, you know, so I could be of help in that regard. If anyone is, you know, you need a pointer within the little resources that I have, you know, I can be of help in that regard. And where I get stuck, I pick up my phone and reach out to Mr. Akin to bail me out, you know. So, and I'm saying that because I know all of us cannot be reaching out to you at the same time. So if there are a few of us around here who are able to also absorb a couple of things, you know, it will go a long way to lessen the burden on you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, David. That's amazing. I love that. And one thing you should look out for, we can start with like a private group on YouTube, on Facebook to just, you know, because it's so much needed right now. So thank you, Dave. You're awesome. Yemi, let me go ahead, Yemi.
Oh, I'm sorry. I always talk a lot, so I usually try to avoid talking as much. But I wanted to say a few things. Hopefully I could run it real quick. One thing is like, unfortunately, like I say this, unfortunately, I'm an employee of a company because for many years I've been a consultant. So I've avoided and gratefully avoided evaluations and, excuse my French, all this crap. But finally, as an employee, they see highly in mentorship. Like in my current job, in my team, they have assigned me 2 mentees. And yes, it's a burden, you know, but also you're impacting someone's life. And my company, you know, which is not my company, but company I work for, IBM, they emphasize so much on mentorship. And mentorship is a part to senior leadership. Then the next thing I wanted to say is like many years ago, like when I worked for a company, well, my first IT job, I worked for a company, CSC. The vice president of the company, anybody could Google CSC. I think this lady works in Microsoft now. But the vice president in the company, she came to was a town hall. You know, I reached out to her on email And this was just like a leap of faith. Just, hey, let me just you reach out on the email. This is the vice president of the whole company in America. Then I introduced myself and I, told her at the company what I used to do was we had something, I forgot the name, but something like something like I think something buddy or something like new hires, you kind of like go help them with onboarding and the whole processes and stuff like that. So as I mentioned that, me and this lady were in constant communication because she saw, even though some of these things when you are an employee, regardless of course, you don't say what you're, because it's so good on your evaluation, but she saw so highly that I'm, in this program, encouraging people and stuff like this, that she responded to every time I sent an email, to her. So mentorship, apart from the selfish part, it helps you in a part to leadership. Then also there's the priceless. I mentor a lot of people. Even in the company, I don't want to go too much, man, but internally in the company, I showed people in the company, even how to get on the project. I've still not clocked the year in the company. Then I mentor people, unofficially outside of work. So there's a priceless, people don't pay me or anything, but there's a priceless thing added onto someone's life, like Mr. Aki added onto my life. So it's something that you always passing on to the next person. I'm sorry if I went too long. Sorry.
I mean, thank you so much, Yemi. That was amazing. That's Yemi lives it every day. Yemi has a platform on Telegram, over 500 people, and on so many WhatsApp group. It sends out job openings, opportunities, crazy. I mean, it's amazing what people do. If you think you're working and impacting, when you see other people do same thing, it's oh boy, bro, you just amaze me all the time. I always wanted to ask you, Yemi, how do you have time for that? Really, it's crazy. It's always sending stuff. I mean, crazy. I mean, I think I can say without contradiction, you are probably the most resourceful source I have for a lot of things because you post a lot of stuff that are so impactful. Cheat sheets, certification, documentation. It's just a lot of good stuff. If you want to post your Telegram page here, that would be awesome, Yemi, so that people can join that group. All right, let's take the final one. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry we don't go beyond 5 minutes. We'll try. Titi, let's keep it quick and we can dismiss everybody.
Hi, so we were room 2, and
thank you.
Part of the strategies that work in terms of selecting a mentor is you look into job shadowing. This person must be willing to learn.
Yeah.
You must monthly check in on your mentor, like how you discussed in the class, to encourage them as well and all. He or she must be a project initiator. Then join this community of practice where you learn from other people to share ideas. Do not overlook the pool of years of experience that this mentor has, like Yemi and other people, like the skills and other things that they do. Please do not overlook them. Effective communication, someone who passes this message across and not just talking, blah, blah, blah. This person must be a great listener. And this person must also have an open-mindedness, like being a mentor, he or she needs to be blunt to encourage you, to guide you to accomplish your goals, and to also help you with time management, where you're not just beating around the bush. This person is a great guide, which must be a great guidance to help you achieve your career goals. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Titi, if you don't mind, can you type that in, whatever you wrote there, those things I was just taking note. That was amazing, really. I like the fact that someone open-minded, a mentor will be very blunt and honest with you. I mentor a lot of people, and one of the things is I'm always very, tactful. I'll be respectful, but I know when to hit the chord so that you know that, okay, this is a real deal. And, so please, 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 one thing I want to make sure we know before we wrap up, the key is service. Can we just type service? Just type service. Everybody, let's wrap up with that. Service. Service to others. Can we do that real quick? And that's it for tonight. If you don't remember anything, just remember service to others. That's it. service to others, service to others, service to others. Somebody posted a group on Telegram, AML, KYC. All right, I'll take a look at that and thank you. Service to others. If you don't remember anything, let's remember that part. Service to others, very important. That's the key. Just keep serving others. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging with us and for spending the evening with us. Best week ever. Enjoy. We'll talk soon. Bye. Thanks for everybody contributing. Thank you so much, guys. You all are awesome. Oyin, Titi, Yemi, you all are amazing. Everybody else, thank you. Good night. Rest well.